Thrones, The Return of the King. Looking forward to seeing the rest of this movie. Let's jump in. Again, a big-ass door. Who are we letting in here, trolls? I think it's just men coming through. Unless they're, like, bringing in massive wagons or Trojan horses, I guess. I don't know why you would need a door that big. Well, why don't they put him in charge? Probably because he's not much of a body, he's a brain. Is that what we're going for?
Say not that he has fallen.
None survived.
Release the prisoners!
There are no prisoners, just their heads. That'd be slightly terrifying.
My line has ended.
That was an interesting way when they had the Hobbit come into the scene.
My line has ended!
Hey, you finally walked outside and seen what was out there to greet you. Still looks so good, the way they made that building crumble that way. That's why you always go with models. I mean, they're getting really good with the visual effects, but you can't beat what's real.
Flee for your lives!
Shut up. And no one's fighting Gandalf on this.
Prepare for battle!
Fellow Gandalf, the White Wizard. He gives hope. Yeah, Gandalf knows how to put some people in line.
Send these foul beasts into the abyss!
Hell yeah. Fight back. That's what you gotta do. Ow.
Stay where you are.
Yeah, move when you know where it's gonna hit. Flattened. Why did that guy not move out of the way? Gotta pay attention. That's right. Aim for those towers. This guy has the right idea. He knows what to do. Watch. Wait, 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 and move. It was close. These guys. Air support. The reason why these work so well still to this day is because they're in motion, and a lot of the motion blur kind of covers up a lot of the flaws that it has with it. So you don't have a lot of time to sit there and concentrate on the actual creature. To me, this always felt like a more epic Return of the Jedi. You know, like the ending, it has multiple things going on all at once. And it has the same epic feel to it, that this is it, all or nothing, good and bad going against one another. Follows the same sort of story beats and whatnot. This is when you start like throwing rocks and hot oil. Light these boys up. That's what I would do. Oh, a hobbit! Kill it! Yeah, Gandalf. He's like the best fighter out there. For a guy so old, he's very nimble, as I've said before. Oh, wasn't really Ian McKellen. Look at that. He gets his moment. All right.
Guard of the citadel indeed.
They're just piling them up there. Let's make a barrier with bodies, sir.
But nothing can breach it!
Run will breach it.
Who?
Bring up the wolf's head.
Gandalf isn't too thrilled about that. The boats full of asshole of men. Who are these petty fools?
Fire a warning shot past the bosun's ear.
Killed Peter Jackson.
Prepare to be boarded!
Are you and who's army?
Yes, sir.
You asked for it. Yeah, whether in fear, my friends. Just give up. Just jump in the water and hope for the best.
What is this place?
It's a push-pull is what it is. The best one I still think was in Jaws. Let me know. Comment below. What is your favorite push-pull in Hollywood cinema? Lord of the Rings, though, had a good push-pull.
Go in or go back. I can't go back.
You should go back.
What is it? Smeagol! Smeagol!
You trusted the wrong guy, dude. Yep. Think of your buddy Sam.
Sam.
Yep. I still remembered that part. Uh-oh. Some badass spiders. No! Gotta watch your footing there, Sam. The bread! Grab it. It's still good bread, dude. Wrap it up. Wrap it up. See, it's still good. I hope he got the bread. If you didn't freak out and just went back the way you came. I do like the use of the violins as if like it's something creepy. They did that a lot in Psycho.
Are you in dark places?
Oh. I didn't want to turn that light on. Uh-oh. Even the spider still looks pretty good because they keep it shadowed and dark. I mean, you do have that one light source that kind of shows some of the flaws when it comes up at you, but they keep it consistently moving, and they do quick cuts between the spider and what Frodo's doing. So, plus it's moving so quick you can barely see what's going on, and they keep it dark. So, but still, when you do see it in focus, it is still pretty good CGI for the time. Uh-oh, fell for it. The betrayal comes into focus, doesn't it, Frodo? No, the sword.
Not this time. Not
Jeez.
us. It wasn't us. Smeagol wouldn't hurt, Master.
That dual personality. You should just put him out of his misery right now. The guy's a jerk.
I have to destroy it for both our sakes.
Yep, I agree. No. We haven't seen the last of him. I don't remember this.
Frodo.
Maybe it did happen. I don't know. It's been so long since I've watched this. I can't tell if I've seen this scene or if it's part of the extended edition. I feel like I have seen it, though. Yay. Yes, now he's determined. March forward, young hobbit. Rohan. Rohan.
My lady.
So no one's questioning her? And she's there secretly. Why don't she be out in the open with her hood down, you know?
Prepare to move out!
Make haste!
Make haste. I want to say that in my life to a bunch of people. Make haste. Helmets on. We must hide ourselves once more. Nobody recognizes us. I don't remember that being in the theatrical version. I wonder if they cut it because it's like, yeah, why did we have this scene where they're just out in the open with no helmet on? Oh dear, what's happening here?
There is no hope for men.
That's pretty crappy, you know. People are dying below, and I'm like, I get it. You think you've lost your son even though he's still alive, but it's like, what you think of your people too? Very selfish. You can see why the people are so accepting of a new king at the end of this movie. Well, this is just all kinds of bad. Okay, Gandalf just says like one hit and boom. I mean, he did go against a Balrog. I guess a troll wouldn't be anywhere near as bad as that, so one hit with a staff, yeah, sure. Uh-oh. I guess Peter Jackson's deathly scared of spiders, and this spider right here is one of the worst in his opinion. That's why he used it for the movie. What was that? Uh-oh. He's got like a foamy mouth thing going on, too. Sam!
Come on and finish it.
I don't think it understands you. No. Well, this isn't good, man. Come on, Sam, I believe in you. That sucks. Man, Sam's pretty spry. There you go. That's right, back up, Spider. You want to die. You mangled it pretty good, Sam. But I think it'll live to fight another day. In the end, it's just a spider wanting to eat. I guess Elijah Wood's very good at keeping his eyes open where he can just stare off and seem dead. Peter Jackson used that skill to his advantage for this movie. He's gone. Uh-oh, sword's glowing. Gotta get out of there. Orcs on the move.
Scum will be awake in a couple of hours.
Yep, now you know, Sam. Hopefully you don't run into this problem again, but no for next time.
Already burning.
He's not dead. He's not dead!
Got a lot of fight.
Go now and die in what way seems best to you.
You're a coward.
Move into the city. Kill all in your path.
It must suck to talk that way. It's good he had like short lines.
Having to talk this way hurts my throat.
Well, this isn't going good for humankind. Yeah. Whoops. Yeah, this is a cutscene.
Do you not know death when you see it? This is my power.
Damn. Very intimidating foe. Broke his staff. Pretty powerful. I guess that's why he didn't have a staff for the rest of the movie. I never really paid attention to that fact. Ugh. Look at that. Rohan. Just in time. Look at that picturesque incoming view.
Spears shall be shaken!
Well, now she wants to hide. Look at all those fake people. Those are all real. It's all like the front line.
I'll look after you.
Okay, this was Bernard Hill's idea. Taking a sword and hitting every spear. I can see a king doing that, which I have in this movie. Time to haul ass. Just get your blood pumping. Yeah. Kick ass. Yeah, get that music building up. Nice. This isn't going to slow them down. It'll knock a few down, but not all of them. People in the front are screwed, basically. It still looks so amazing. They used the motion blur to their advantage for sure. Oh, well, you just realized you're screwed. Yee-hoo! Carnage. Remember my dad and I going to see this movie in theaters opening night. Him and I went to the movies all the time. It was pretty cool to see this movie, just him and I. I remember we had an awesome time watching it just because it was an awesome payoff for the lead up, because we went to every one of the films. I think the first one we went with the entire family. The second one, not so much. I think it was less people that time. The first movie I watched it with the whole family. The second time with the Two Towers, I didn't. I think it was just like my sister, me, and my dad. My stepmom bailed out, and then the last Return of the King ended up being just my dad and I. So fewer people every time we went, but him and I enjoyed the payoff of this movie when we went and saw it in theaters. Had a good time.
You will not take my son from me!
How dare you? I wanted to burn myself alive. Oh, Gandalf granted the wish. There you go. Oh, you just realized he's alive? Could have asked, like, Gandalf, like, hey, help me! Get a fire extinguisher. Like, throw me in some water. Gandalf was just like, alright, he deserves to die. He's a waste of space. All these quick cuts, all low angle, some against green screen, some not.
Make safe the city!
Uh-oh. It's just when you thought you had victory. The elephants arrive. That guy really likes his job. I drive massive elephants. Hurry up, boys.
Take them head up!
Blow horn. Oh. Just destroying every single one of them left and right. Gonna need some new people, new horses. Dear Lord, it's a massacre. You focus on the people, you can tell that it's all just a lot of computer animated horses and people on horseback just riding left and right, following each other. I mean, a lot of the cuts are just so quick you don't realize it, but it's passable, like that right there. You have real people in the foreground, and then you have like green screen elements or being, maybe they're probably being composited in. That's a lot of cutting out and time behind a computer and a monitor, unless they used a very clear day and they had that sky, that blue sky. It's probably what they did, make things easier. Uh-oh. My ear. she'll come in and save the day. Whoops. Just dodging and weaving. I can't imagine that would be sharp enough to mangle that elephant. Like, just regular elephants have pretty thick hide. I can imagine something that big would have a thicker hide. I just don't think a sword would just penetrate it with one swack. Definitely not giving up. She has skill. He noticed her. He knows her fighting. Yeah, pretty badass hobbit. Oh, no fear. It's so awesome how they shot this freaking movie. I love this part. This moment between Gandalf and Merry.
No, the journey doesn't end here. Death is just another path, one that we all must take. The grey rain curtain of this world rolls back, and all turns to silver glass. And then you see it. White shores, and beyond, a far green country to a swift sunrise.
That isn't so bad.
I recently had someone pass, so it kind of hits me. I used that quote when my stepdad recently passed away. Well, that's no good. Uh-oh. Whoop! Ow. Well, that was just too easy. Way too easy. Man, he's just so intimidating as a foe. Come on, you were doing pretty good fighting earlier. Now you just all stiff. Alright, just in time. That's always the case. Just in time.
There's plenty for the both of us. May the best dwarf win.
Alright. I do like that effect. It's like they're just a infestation that you just can't fight against.
No man can kill me.
I can totally see why Peter Jackson didn't want them in the movie as much as I think were in the books. Mostly because they're just, for the story at hand, it's just, you let them loose in Mordor, game over. So they serve their purpose and move on, leaving men to fend for themselves once more.
I am no man.
She is no man. Didn't see that in the rule book, huh? They cut this out. I think in the theatrical cut, the last time you see him is when he is in the line of being trampled by all the horses. Whoops. But this is a pretty good death. I like that death better for him. Yep, this still looks pretty good too. Computer animated Legolas climbing a computer animated elephant. Elephant, whatever. They did a good job. For the time, it's awesome, but you can tell some of the flaws. But hey, when you're doing stuff that's ahead of your time, sometimes you have that when you're in hindsight. That's the kill spot, huh? Top of the head. Should have got the eagles in here and flew some people overhead and just fired arrows down. Man, those soldiers get some kind of power when they're ghosts. They can just jump up as high as they want. Don't kill anybody, you're not supposed to. Just the orcs. Yeah, in the theatrical cut, they made it to where she wasn't so beaten up. In the end, he was a good king.
You have to let me go.
Guess he's feeling pretty numb if he's this calm about it. He knows he's near his death.
I go to my father's, in whose mighty company.
It's a good death. First to ride into battle, leading his men. Not many kings today do that. They send others to do their fighting. It's kind of crappy how that works. If the world leaders did the fighting for the wars that are caused by them, there'd probably be less war. Yeah. As good as a death it was, still sad to see. But quiet after the battle.
I hold your oath fulfilled.
Alright, thanks. Hey, couldn't you just waited like a couple more days? They're awesome backup. My sister. Well, he saw her pretty quick. They cut that out. This wasn't in the theatrical version. Her storyline stops basically until the very end where you see the crowning of Aragorn as king, and it's that slow motion where he's walking through the crowd. You see her like nod her head. That's the next time you saw her after the king's death. I like these extended scenes, or these scenes that weren't even in the theatrical. They're just storylines that were just completely cut out. And I'm glad to see that they were restored in the extended version. I can see why they cut them, because a 4-hour movie in a movie theater can be a long time, and that's a lot of money out the door too. Not as many showings, not as many tickets to sell. She's alive. I do like the music too. First time I've ever heard it. Hey, he gets to find love, huh? That's what I'm sensing here. Looking on her fondly.
Mary!
Mary!
Mary, it's me.
Hey!
Are you going to leave me?
Never again.
No, Mary. I'm going to look after you.
For like ever, or just for a week, a month, what? How long? Meanwhile, in the dark tower of hell, look at that model goes right into the scene on probably a soundstage. Oh, he's awake.
And I'll stick this blade in your gut.
Damn, how uncivilized. Can't we just talk about it? Why does it always come to violence? Because they're orcs. It's their nature. Yeah, it's human nature too, but I think we can kind of keep our composure for the most part. It's only that 1% that ruin it for the rest of us. Starts a fight down there. Alright, just made it easy for you. Killed each other. It's just a hobbit. But he's a badass hobbit. Oh, that was a computer animated Sam.
I'm gonna bleed you like a stuck pig.
Nope. Because Sam is behind you.
Sam!
Hooray! My best friend is back.
Sam, they took the ring.
What?
Begging your pardon, but they haven't.
I have it. It's in me pocket. I thought you died.
Give me the ring, Sam.
No. It likes me. Come on, Sam. You can see the weight when it hits him. It's just like, oh, this necklace, it weighs so much, but it's not in weight. It's just like,
The ring is my burden.
the burden of it, as he says. Mount Doom is just over that mountain. We'll be there before dark.
We did it, Mr. Frodo.
Not yet. Still gotta cross that desolate terrain before you get to that volcano of fiery death.
We'll never get through unseen.
Have faith.
Behind the walls of Mordor, our enemy is regrouping.
Let him rot! Why should we care?
10,000 orcs now stand between Frodo and Mount Doom.
Oh, okay.
Then we gather our full strength and march on the Black Gate.
What?
A diversion.
What a very wise guy.
Certainty of death, small chance of success. What are we waiting for?
Oh, this is a cutscene. Yeah, definitely a cutscene.
Hold the sword of Elendil.
No, damn sword. Oh, fighting fire with fire, I see. No. Uh-oh. It's not on his neck nail. I can see why they cut that scene. Well, he's got some hope, I guess. They fell in love pretty quick. I do understand why they cut it, though. It's a storyline that's not really needed. I wonder why he didn't go, though. Just because he's tired of fighting? I can understand that. He was just near death.
Look, the orcs. They're moving off.
Oh, finally.
You see, Mr. Frodo? Some luck at last.
That's all part of the plan. That was a close one. Should have hit better. That was a cool looking orc. The human race now marches on the gates of Mordor. Oh, no nose. Alright, snuck away from the squabble. I guess Sam has basically accepted that they're gonna die. Nothing he can do about it.
A beauty up there that no shadow can touch.
A star. I don't remember the journey being this long. It took them a while to get here. I remember it being very streamlined. in the theatrical version. Not enough. Give me more. The hell the orcs drink.
I don't think there will be a return journey, Mr. Frodo.
Yep, he's accepted it. It's going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Hey, how's it going? Good job. That's a model. This is definitely a Hail Mary throw when it comes to battle. I mean, you have far less people. This is definitely a cutscene. I remember it just opening, and then the horde of all the orcs behind the gates were marching forth, and they just turn around and just haul ass back.
Sauron the Great bids thee welcome.
Ooh, what a smile.
I have a token.
Damn, that's a big mouth. No.
Isildur's heir.
Yep, just pissed him off.
Play.
Game over.
I guess that concludes negotiations.
I do not believe it.
Whoops. Killed your messenger. I guess you gotta look now. It's a pretty horrific sight. Yeah, they cut to this. Oh crap.
Hold your ground!
Everyone's like, no.
My brothers!
We walk forward to listen, King.
Men of the West!
Woohoo! You gave him courage against that. Those feet need some pedicures. Whoops. It's like simple flute, I guess. I do like that sound though. Slight hope in the moment. Alright. I'm just gonna stand here and wait for them to surround us, I guess. Sounds great.
Never thought I'd die fighting side by side with an elf.
What about side by side with a friend?
They should have just cut them off at the gate. Instead of having them surrounded. That was just kind of a stupid move. But I'm sure they're doing it for the movie and just to show that there is very little hope in this situation. Other than the fact that Frodo and Sam are marching up a volcano right now. Or at least the armory believes that's what's happening.
I can see him with my waking eyes. Then let us be rid of it.
Yeah, let's do it.
I can't carry it for you, but I can carry you. Come on!
Yeah. So what would you say? Who is the biggest hero out of the Lord of the Rings trilogy? Would you say it's Sam? Frodo? Frodo makes the ultimate sacrifice in carrying the ring and taking on that burden, but Sam's the one who literally carries him the rest of the way, for the most part. Or is it Aragorn? Or is it Gandalf? I mean, there's so many heroes in this story, but who would you choose as the ultimate hero in the Lord of the Rings trilogy? Let me know, comment below. The earlier scene of him holding that ball in his hand and basically showing him the sword and saying, I'm here and I'm ready to fight, I think gives this moment a little more levity.
For Frodo.
And Aragorn's just like, screw you. I'm coming after you regardless that we're surrounded. And this scene right here just goes to show that hobbits have just as much courage as anybody else does on the battlefield. There it is. The finish line.
Look, Mr. Frodo. A doorway.
Oh, look. Trouble's back.
Smeagol promised!
I don't think Smeagol's there anymore. It's now just completely Gollum, embracing his dark side. Hobbits, they have a way with rocks. It's seeming pretty grim right now. Battle's not going their way, even though the main people are basically kicking ass.
Frodo!
Oh, just got that little burst of energy left, even though you've been carried up the hill the majority of the time. Here comes Eagles, woohoo! Ever since Corridor Crew showed the flaw in that one little scene where you see Frodo running and the bottom is not matching up with his feet, now I just noticed it. There's not too many flaws in this trilogy, but there are a few. But for the most part, even this scene looks great. Still holds up.
Just let it go!
I can't. This ring's... I like it. I want to keep it forever and ever. Look how his brain is just swirling, and it's kind of shown with the music and the sound effects, because you have like a little bit of the Elvish going on, and wraiths going on, and...
The ring is mine.
Oh, completely conformed. That evil smile. No! The ring! That's where it shouldn't be, guys. Go get it. Ow. Jeez, Gollum. Just give it up. Oh, that hurt. Finally, the love of his life is back. The Ring of Power. He's in just full anger mode. And whoops. I like how they chose to keep you wondering what happened to Frodo. That's the only way Gollum could go in this story. There's no other way. You destroyed the ring. There's no way he could have survived without it. He was so driven by that thing for decades, centuries, however long he had that thing. It's just amazing that he became good for the little time that he did. Almost there. Come on. Ew, not the nub. Give me the clean hand. Don't you let go.
Don't you let go!
Reach!
Reach!
Yeah. It just sticks in my head. There's certain lines that just always stick in your head. Whoa, there it goes. See, you moron, if you didn't let Aragorn get to you, you would have had that army stand between Frodo and Sam and the mountain. But no, you let your overconfidence screw you over. That's why you're dead. Would have been neat to have Aragorn have a final moment between him and like the physical form of Sauron. Would have been neat to see that, but oh well. This is pretty cool too. This is an epic ending for a movie. One of the best epic endings, but it would have been neat to see the villain go that way. The music all just says it. How beautiful of a moment, how they feel. The moment where they see the explosion. One of the coolest explosions in cinema history, I think. It's like the war is over. I wonder what happens to Mordor after the fact. I need to jump into the books. I'm sure they probably explain what happens to Mordor after the fact. Maybe it turns back into the beautiful land that it once was thousands of years ago. Who knows? There's still a crap load of orcs, though. Whoops. Again, let me know, comment below all these things. I really don't know what happened. I'd have to look it up to see, but I'd be curious to know. The eagles are coming. I'd hate for that, like, one of those talons to go right into one of them. What a transition. Fade out from white to into white. Fade in to white from out to white. Whatever. Alright, get to wake up in a nice bed. Been sleeping on the ground for months on end. Gandalf? Yeah, he hasn't seen him since Gandalf the Grey fell to his doom, supposedly. What a great moment! Hooray! The Fellowship back together again. Legolas. Aragorn. And Sam. And there's so many places you could have just ended the movie. Right here, you could have ended the movie. As the ongoing joke of Lord of the Rings, there's multiple endings, but it's tying everything up in a nice, pretty bow. This is an amazing ending, right here. This trilogy was so grandiose, it needed several endings to end the entire story. And it's much deserved. I wonder, like, over the centuries, when they've had different kings, they have to, like, reshape and resize the crown for every king's head. I mean, they had to, right? I'm sure some had small heads, some had big heads. It's a pretty good crown. It ranks up there with good crowns.
Day does not belong to one man, but to all.
Yeah, when you see that moment between those two characters, you're like, hey, they are actually a relationship there. In the theatrical version, you didn't get that since they cut all those wonderful scenes. Got a very soothing way about his voice. A little motion with his eyes. Yay! Been waiting for this moment for 3 movies. Give me that flag, girl. Give me you. Don't you bow to me. Pick your chin up. Look at me. That's right. Now go get it. Yeah. What a joyous moment. They have good chemistry. They seem to really love each other, even though it's just acting. Or at least we hope it is. I think Viggo is married. Ah, the hobbits don't bow.
You bow to no one.
Pretty good moment in the entire trilogy. It's probably in my top 5 moments of the trilogy. Awesome character development from the first one, where they were just very innocent hobbits that just lived amongst the Shire and minded their own business. And then the third movie, they've been through a lot. They've seen death. They've, been through torture and heartache and just any horrible thing you can imagine, including Frodo. Frodo carried a massive burden. And the respect that was given to them at the end of this kind of just sets it all up as being a very great ending, because in the beginning they were young and naive, didn't know better. They're not so innocent anymore. And everybody here is just whatever, they didn't know what happened. It's life as usual in the Shire. It'd be nice to have a community like this, like the Shire. Cheers, boys. We made it home. I guess it's a normal-sized pumpkin in the background. I'm saying, that's a damn big pumpkin. But in reality, the hobbits are very small. That's the girl you want there, Sam. Go after her. You help Frodo get the ring up to Mount Doom. I mean, all you gotta do is hey, I saved Middle-earth. Wanna get hitched? And that's exactly what happened. Beautiful. At least the children will have the same color hair as the parents. Unless it skips a generation or something, but it seems like hobbits have all the same color hair for the most part, other than Frodo, who is black hair. I guess it's a dark brown. I would mess up. I'd have to scribble things out. There's no way I'd be that perfect with my writing. Even if I knew what words were going to go down, I'd still mess up. That's beautiful writing, though.
It's been 4 years to the day since Weathertop, Sam. It's never really healed.
I believe this was the last shot that Elijah Wood shot, Peter Jackson directing. They have a YouTube video on it where it shows the moment when they were calling it a day on Frodo, and Peter Jackson would consistently keep having him do the take over and over and over again because he didn't want to say goodbye to the character he's been a part of for years at that point.
His part in this tale would end, that each of us must come and go in the telling.
Oh, they got little horses.
To the harbor, Bilbo. The elves have accorded you a special honor, a place on the last ship to leave Middle-earth.
All right.
Is there any chance of seeing that old ring of mine again?
Nope. It's been tossed in the lava.
Well, here's a sight I have never seen before.
It's a nice one.
For not all tears are an evil.
Nope. Always shooting that wisdom out there.
It is time, Frodo.
What? See you guys.
We set out to save the Shire, Sam. But not for me. You can't leave.
Almost he's speaking in a slow whisper in this scene. It's interesting how he decided to go that route. It works. It's also interesting that Frodo doesn't really show that much emotion. Maybe the ring kind of took that part away from him a little bit, Maybe he's just too sad, or maybe he's already cried his eyes out, or he's just being strong for his friends, but whew. Sam's the big one. You can tell by the music. A kiss on the forehead. I wonder what's on the other side of the ocean that they're heading towards. What makes it so great? Well, if they have that in the books, let me know. Comment below, because I know nothing about what they're going towards. I would expect a very happy-go-lucky place. I mean, heck, look at Frodo. He's cracking a smile for the first time since the last movie. I did like the song that came with this movie, sung by Annie Lennox. Into the West, I think it was called. Won an Oscar for Best Song of that year. Back to life. back to reality. The journey's over. Everything that was is now different than it was before. Oh, little girl of Hobbit feet. The end. Well, that was The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, and I absolutely adore this movie. I think this is the best trilogy out there. I mean, I know there are some other trilogies that could probably go neck and neck with this one, maybe say Toy Story 3, or maybe the original Star Wars trilogy, but I gotta say, Lord of the Rings is up there among the best, if not the best. Let me know, comment below, does this rank as one of the best trilogies, if not the best trilogy to you? I'd love to know your opinions on it. But yeah, I gotta say, it ties a nice bow on the story with the consistent finales that they had, like 4 or 5 different little end scenes that they had going out of this story. But it's needed. I think it is needed for this story because it's just such a grand epic tale that needs a nice bow at the end of every single story element that they had. And until next time, see you later.